Hello everyone, and I know what you're thinking. Port Beggar was for console games to be brought over to PC because we PC master racists are nothing more than filthy beggars. Well, that doesn't mean there aren't games that console players want on other older platforms. That's what Port Beggar is about. It's about for highlighting games that we don't have available on current gen systems and trying to raise awareness of them and why it would be good from a business perspective to get these on current gen systems. So back to the matter at hand then. So last year Microsoft announced at E3 that they would be bringing backwards compatibility for Xbox 360 titles to Xbox One. And this move was well received by the community as it expanded the library of games available on Xbox One massively. Publishers welcomed this move as well, as it allowed them to sell their old games digitally on the Xbox Store. So they got to make money out of their old games, as opposed to people just buying the old games pre-owned, and the publisher would get nothing from that. Although you can still buy the games on disc and insert them into your Xbox One, and what it will do is it will download the game, because how the game works is each game that's backwards compatible has the emulator kind of tailored to that game. It works via emulation, so it has an Xbox 360 emulator, but each game has a specific sort of set of or emulator instructions that are tailored to each game that is done. It's done by Microsoft. But basically, you put your disc in. If you own the disc as well, you put the disc in, and what it would do is download the emulated version. So it was good for the consumer. So you could play without repurchasing it. If you owned Mass Effect 3, put the disc in, it comes up with an installer, it'll install the game, and away you go. I would love to see this feature expanded though. I mean, expanded to original Xbox games. It is only Xbox 360. So essentially what we're begging for is Xbox One on Xbox One, if you think about it. Original Xbox on Xbox One. There's so many original Xbox games that I think you would really want to play on Xbox One. It would be great to bring them to a new generation of players, and I think again making them available digitally also preserves them, because digital games don't degenerate, they don't denigrate, they don't break. Generally they do have licensing issues. We saw that with Alan Wake recently, which again the music licenses ran out and they can't sell it anymore digitally, which is a shame. Although you can still pick the game up, you can still pick it up on disc. Might make the disc version more valuable now, maybe a collector's item. Maybe people want to play it because they can't play it digitally right now. But that is one of the downsides to it, is that licensing can be an issue, especially with older games. But again, I see publishers will want to make money, because currently if they want to sell an original Xbox game, you need an original Xbox. And the original Xbox is, what, 16 years old, and bear in mind that the original Xbox is a system that has two major sort of moving parts in it, and devices with moving parts tend to be the weakest element on sort of consoles and computer systems. We see that a lot with original PS1s and things like Sega Saturns, which are over 20 years old, start to break. Now the original Xbox does have a DVD-ROM drive, and it also has an 8 GB hard drive. It's a sort of traditional sort of bog standard hard drive that it has. So, these things are prone to failure. Again, things with moving parts are prone to failing. I mean, I haven't had my Xbox One on for, a couple of years. Or original Xbox, sorry, for a couple of years now. I haven't had my original Xbox One on for a couple of months, I have to say, but I haven't had my original Xbox on for a few years now, so that does kind of help it out a little bit. But we're approaching that point where, things start to fail, and it would be, I think, decent to preserve, and that's what emulation is about. It's not about piracy, mostly. It's about preservation of games, because we want to play these games. Sega Saturn games, Sega Saturns get rarer and rarer, more expensive. The more rarer they become, again, the more expensive they become. And you know, the less available they are. And there's so many good games on original Xbox. You've got, look at the good, we'll start with the Star Wars games. Some of the best Star Wars games ever released are on Xbox One. You've got Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. You've got Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. You got Battlefront 2, and the best Star Wars game of all, my personal favorite, Star Wars Obi-Wan. I want to play that on my Xbox One. I have to play it on my original Xbox. Now, there was an original Xbox emulator out there that was available for the Xbox 360, but it had so little games supported for it. I would love to see them try and port that to the Xbox One, and with additions such as 1080p support or even 4K on the Xbox One S can output a 4K signal. Surely it could run original Xbox games at 4K. I mean, on the PC we have Cemu, which can run Wii U games at 4K. You can get like Mario Kart 8 and things like that at 4K. Surely in an Xbox One S, certainly the upcoming Xbox Scorpio should certainly be able to run original Xbox games at 4K. And again, having more options is better for the consumer. I don't see a legal issue with getting those Star Wars games on. Some say like the publishers and developers, you know, have gone. But bear in mind that those Star Wars games are available digitally on PC right now. All of those games that I mentioned, apart from Obi-Wan, obviously, the best one of all, they're all available right now on GOG and Steam right now. Other games we'd love to see, Project Gotham series, love to see that. Project Gotham Racing, Brute Force available. Halo we don't need because it's already available on Xbox One. You've got the Master Chief Collection, so we don't really need Halo or Halo 2 again, but so many other great games. Timesplitters 2 and 3, would love to see them. Again, publishing them might be an issue, but I like the original Xbox kind of era. It was good. I mean, I still own my original Xbox. I still have it. But again, it's just a pain to rig it up. And just having that option to pop the disc in and have it download, similarly to how it is on with Xbox 360, also selling it on the store. Now, is there a precedent for this? PS4 does it with PlayStation 2 games, but there's only 40 games currently supported on the PS2 on PS4. They have added things like trophy support to them. I'm not saying maybe achievement support could be added. I don't know if they would want to do that with some games, but I would really like to see some original Xbox games. Shenmue 2 I just thought of there as a game. We need that. I mean, Shenmue 3 is coming out, so drum up some sales. It would save you doing an HD remake of Shenmue 2, because there was a port of it on the original Xbox there, so would love to see quite a lot of original Xbox games, actually, that I would love to see. Doom 3 isn't one of them. Doom 3 wasn't very good. The original Xbox did have some quite underrated games. You can get, I think you can get Halo 1 and 2 currently on Xbox One, and Grabbed by the Ghoulies, which was on the Rare Replay collection. Why did they call it Grabbed by the Ghoulies, which is a British slang term for balls? Yeah, it says like grabbing someone by the balls, unless Rare knew what they were doing when they did that. But then another game kind of underrated there on the original Xbox. Again, just making it available for a new generation, I think, would be worth it. And again, the sort of business cost, again, it is worth it. We've seen over 320 games currently, 320 odd games that are currently available for Xbox 360 on Xbox One. And that's proving to be a success, clearly financially viable. So I think there's a good case to be made, a good business case to be made, certainly for the publishers who don't have to do very much, just I guess green light the game, and get Microsoft do the emulator, tailor the emulator. There are games out there obviously that are compatible with Xbox 360. It'd be nice to have that list expanded. Please, we need a Timesplitters game. I'll do anything to get a Timesplitters game on the current gen system. I don't care what it takes. I want me some Timesplitters 2 and Timesplitters Future Perfect. Of course, the original wasn't available for Xbox, you've got the GTA games as well. We could have GTA San Andreas, Vice City, GTA 3. Again, they're available on PlayStation 4, so why not? Red Dead Revolver, another underrated game. Max Payne 1, Max Payne 1 and 2. Max Payne 1 is available on PS4 as well via the PS2 backwards compatibility. But the difference between the PS2 one is you only have to buy the game digitally. I think it's a very it's a very pro-consumer move what Microsoft did, which is weird saying Microsoft and pro-consumer in the same sentence, that they did allow you to play the games that you already own. That was a good move. I like that because it gives you options. Again, you can buy the game pre-owned if you want, or you can just buy it digitally. I bought Red Dead Redemption again digitally. I bought Call of Duty 3 for our upcoming Call of Duty series that we're doing on the Call of Duty World War II shooters. I bought that digitally on Xbox One just for the convenience of it. So, I'd be inclined to buy it. I don't own the disc anymore for COD 3, in case you're wondering. Why don't you just get the disc out? It's like, I don't own it anymore. I traded that in a long time ago. And that's why we don't own it. But I think that they can only win by adding original Xbox games to the Xbox One. And again, an increased library of games, a more diverse library of games, makes it a better system. And again, being sort of a better system can generate, having a wide variety of games, especially when Xbox One doesn't have, a huge amount of exclusives coming this year. At least they've got backwards compatibility. It's one of the few things about the Xbox One that I think Microsoft got right, but I'd love them to expand it. Please expand it. And while we're at it, maybe some old PC games. Consider it uses Windows at its core and it's, DirectX based. Maybe old DOSBox games? Microsoft, maybe some Microsoft Flight Simulator games? Maybe, just saying that out loud. But anyway, that is all for this video, so thank you for joining me, and we'll see you again soon, and goodbye.